With Dwelling Place Music, it's been a beautiful journey. And actually, in the last dwell of 2020, we were in there. There was only like 4 people in the room. And we felt like the Lord had given us this thumbs up and this green light to now go ahead and begin to steward more and create and release songs. And so it was in that moment that Pastor Elizabeth actually had a prophetic word for us in that little dwell where there was nobody else in the room but us 4, and that God was we were going to go to these deep places with the Lord and in his presence, and then God was going to begin to give us the ability to steward and to write and to make these songs. And as people listen to them, they can connect to those deep places that we've been with him. And so that's really the heart of what we're doing here at Dwelling Place Church with this music. It's to take what God is doing in our prayer room and in these deep moments and allow people instant access right there through these anthems and love songs of the Lord.
Yeah. And so all of these songs, when they started as just like one phrase or one chorus or something really small.
Yeah.
And we would just begin to sing it in dwells, and we just begin to worship together. Yeah. And then we began to see that, hey, this line, there's an anointing on this. This is something from God, and this is not just for dwell, but this is for corporate worship and ministry onto him. And so we just began to sing and to refine until the Lord began to grow these into full songs until like you hear them now. And I think it's really important that these songs came from a place of just ministering to the Lord.
Yeah.
And that is the heart cry of these songs, that they are a cry of God's faithfulness, of ministering to him and knowing that he is always going to be faithful with his love, faithful with his promises, and so that we can rely. And so it's a corporate cry, the corporate heart cry of the church onto what he's doing in his faithfulness through 2021 and into the future.
Faithful and True is one of those anthems that came out of the prayer room during 2020, and it became one of the heartbeats of our songs for our church during the pandemic. And so, Omar, tell them how this song kind of came about in the process that took place for it.
Yeah, so Faithful and True, I remember the verse came out of that pandemic year. My wife and I were just going through a tough time, and I just remember I was sitting in my room and I just started singing this song, this like confession prayer, that Lord, you're the Lord of every season, and I won't stop believing that you're great in my life, right? And so I just remember just singing that, and then I kind of put that off, and it was just like a me and the Lord kind of thing, and I just remember like during one of our dwell prayer sets, it was just, you could just feel the tangible presence in the room, and I just started it like we were on that vibe of God's goodness and his faithfulness and how he's so awesome, just him coming through every single time. So I started singing the chorus, we remember you, Jesus, we remember your faithfulness, all your promises, all that stuff. So good. And while we were singing that declaration, I just kind of saw a picture of, and it wasn't like a vision or anything big, but I saw him on a white horse, and he was riding towards me. And it felt like he was coming to rescue me almost. And at that time, like while we were singing that chorus, I just started singing, you're faithful and you're true. The name of the writer, in Revelation, and it's something that we just kept singing and declaring, and it just kind of fell into place. And that's kind of how we got to where we are.
So we have been declaring that he is faithful and that he is true, and you know what? That we're going to remember him. We're going to remember all of the testimonies, all of the things that he has done for us. We won't forget. And so that's kind of been the heartbeat and the declaration that has been on of our lips. He's faithful and true, and we will remember Jesus in every season because he's faithful.
So good.
Yeah.